Hello and welcome to Extra Time Live. Amy's got a glass of, what is that, bubbles?
Yeah, Prosecco. We're not on the champagne levels yet, but we are on the Prosecco today.
Amy's got the Prosecco, absolutely fantastic. I've got a nice cup of tea. And what a difference 3 days make. Four halves of football. The first three were absolutely dreadful. The last one was more like Wolves. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. I was thinking earlier, I'm a I run marathons as a hobby, which I must be balmy for. But you have a thing in a marathon. The epitome of a good marathon runner is a negative split, whereas your last half of a performance is better than your second half or your first half of performance. So today, the Wolves just did the dream negative split. Is how I'm looking at it. Is you can say
terms because you are a very people that watch this should know that Amy is an elite level runner.
I'm not an elite level runner, but I can run quite quickly when I want to.
You go training most days.
Yeah, I do train most days, so that's what I do in my spare time. But yeah, like you could say all you want. We could be sat here and we could be like, Wolves had a fantastic first half. They outplayed them off the park, which is what I assume our Southampton friend will say in a bit. But they lost. So I think the second half performance today of Wolves is just what we've all been missing. They looked like they all wanted to be on the pitch. They all wanted to be wearing that shirt. As soon as they came on that pitch in the second half, there was only one team that was going to win it, even when they were 1-0 down. And even in the dying minutes, you never really thought.
Game management was great today. Absolutely fantastic game. And you know what? It is Valentine's Day today. And how lovely was it to see Nuno getting the love and the hugs at the end?
I thought he was crying. I was like, oh.
He got you could see he was hugging onto him. Every it meant the world to him. So that was a happy Valentine's Day. And if wherever you are in the world, happy Valentine's to you and yours as well. So Amy, we've got quite a few people backstage already. We've got obviously Minnie, Rhea and Dad. We've got Speedy, Dan. We've got Craig. We've got Colin, who's a first timer. He's been out in the woods today. We've got Scott. We've got Steve, and we've got Dan. Fair play to Dan the man, because he came on Thursday night from the Saints View, and he promised he'd come on no matter what the result today, and he's come on. So fair play to him. But your overall rating and your man of the match tonight, Amy, who are you going for on Valentine's Day?
My Valentine today is Pedro Neto. And me and Dave were just having this conversation before we went on, and we were just saying he's just got it all. He gets bested by the game. He's cheeky, he's got personality, and he's very good looking. So
he's my Valentine as well today, Although Rui Patricio, you have to say he had a great game. That one double save that he made in the second half, he made crucial saves in the first.
Yeah, he was very good. Did his job. He did his job today. And then a rating, I'm going to go for overall performance. I'm going to go for an 8 out of 10.
That's quite good, because in my instant reaction, I gave a 4 rating for the first half and a 9 for the second half, and I gave it an overall of 7.5. So we're, again, for the second time running, we're pretty much agreeing, Ames. How about that? Although Rui Patricio, I thought you got to give it, and Johnny Otto, I thought was he was hungry today as well. Yeah. Lots of energy.
I think even in the second half, like Adama had a very good second half as well, because even Neto struggled a bit in the first half. But overall, I mean, that goal, we'll come on to it, but that goal was just a goal of dreams, really.
Absolutely was. And first up tonight, they've got in nice and early, these two have. You know who I'm going to say, don't you?
I do.
Who am I going to say?
The Rhea and her dad, but I don't actually know her dad's name. So can we have your name, please, first?
We could ask him, yeah. It's Minnie, Amy, Ria, and Dad. But we should ask Dad's name, so I'll let you ask her. Let's bring them on first, then. Here we go. Oh, Dad's leaving. Dad's leaving the building. Dad's off. He doesn't want to reveal his name.
We just call you Ria, Dad. So, okay, so we're just talking to Ria today.
We can just have Ria. That's fine. Hello, Ria.
Right, so I think first half we were like rubbish, we were terrible, but then second half I think we were really good. We was very threatening to Southampton, and I think we just had a better attacking threat.
Absolutely. So what was it that impressed you the most?
I think that in the second half, like we looked like a complete different team. So Nuno did a good tactic as well, tactical change, switching it out to the right side and Adama to the left, and I thought like that made a huge change to the team.
And what was your reaction, Dad? Or if you'd like to tell us your name, then we can.
Yeah, we need to know your name, don't we?
No, I prefer to just be called Dad.
Like Daddy, you said. Ria,
Daddy. Right is right. You know, first half we was awful, really, really poor. Second half, the tactical change you have to give Nuno credit for of swapping Adama and Neto, because what that allowed him to do was to come inside. If Neto's played on the right, he naturally drifts inside on his left, and if Adama's on the left, he naturally drifts inside onto his right, which made him closer to Willian Jose, which allowed a lot more interplay and interlinking between our front three players.
By the way, we've got so many people on tonight, we've got to put a timer on everyone. So it's a bit like the Graham Norton show. Amy pulls the thing and you're like in your chair and you've gone.
He's making me be the bad guy. He's making me be the bad guy. And he says I've got that personality where I can be quite... So I'm going to be like that today. Anyway, you were saying you were very impressed with the tactical change, which I think we all were.
Nuno's tactical changes, which he needs to... You have to give him credit for. You know, people will criticise him, and rightly so, for his selection in the cup. But you have to say at half-time there, he realised that we were struggling with Adama and Neto having chalk on the boot out wide and left. There was nothing between them and Jose. It was too far apart. The distances were too big. By swapping them over and asking them to play in the little half spaces, they got a lot more interlinking play between our front three, and we got a lot more joy. Southampton really struggled to pick them up in those little areas rather than up in the touchline where there was doubling up or triple teaming them at some times. So that change, with them tucking in, that change allowed Semedo and Johnny to bomb on. Johnny was getting forward really well. Semedo earned the penalty by being really high up the pitch. So that tactical change, it gave us a new dimension to our play, and Southampton really struggled to deal with it.
Yeah, I thought Semedo just seems to me just be growing into every game, to be honest. I think he's just becoming a lot more confident. I think that really showed, especially in the second half today. What would you look to do differently going into Leeds? What would you like to see different, or how would you change the play up?
I think the emphasis has to be on tempo with the ball and without the ball. In possession of the ball in the first half, we was too slow.
Yeah, I think we, like, in second half, what we were doing better was when we didn't have the ball, hunting it down, making sure we got it, and like
pressing them well. Yeah, it was pressing them well. First half, with the ball, we moved it too slowly, we moved it too negatively.
We were inviting pressure, sitting back.
Too predictable first half.
Second half, we was more adventurous with our passing. We played on the front foot. We was taking more risks. We weren't taking the safe option all the time, and we passed it at a quicker tempo, which is vital. Then without the ball, again, the same principle. We was hungry. We was chasing things down. We was snapping at heels. We was closing people quicker, not giving them time on the ball, hustling, harrying. And it made life so much more difficult for Southampton. And it gave us so more energy and tempo to our play to be hungry, to chase it down and press people.
You know what we were? You know what we were, Dad? We were hungry like the wolves.
Hungry like the wolves, yeah. We were.
You ran.
Yeah,
sorry.
You do that one. Yeah, she knows that.
So, overall, both of you, why would you give we're going to call them Valentines of the match today, because it's Valentine's Day. So who would you be your Valentine, and what would be your overall rating for the date, being as it's Valentine's Day?
I like it. I like what you've done there, Ames.
Until I work in marketing.
My man of the match is Neto.
No. Your Valentine today.
Valentine of the match.
Valentine is Neto, because he's always had bright spot, and that goal was really good. He whipped it in with his left foot from the right side, and it was 1-on-1, wasn't it? And he got past nicely with quick feet, and then got it in the goal.
Hey, Ria, just before we get on to Dad and his Valentine, just got to say, ask your dad to find out on YouTube Ebanks Blake's goal against Charlton a few years ago. Dad will remember this. How similar is that goal?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it was. It brought back some nice memories. We don't get many, do we, like that? You know, where them standout moments for us. So that was a great goal that was reminiscent of Ebanks Blake, like you say. For me, I would give a Valentine to. Because you said Neto, I think everyone's going to go Neto. I'll go with Rui Patricio.
Yeah, he was very good too.
He was good.
He
very
was
good.
Yeah.
Especially the 2 saves in a row where he came out and he was.
Yeah, he did. He did very good today. He was very on it. And your ratings, your date ratings for the match?
Oh, I'll give it a 7 because in the first half, in our video, when I'm wondering about Wolves, I gave the first half a 3, but then the second half a 9. So, I went in between and a 7.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you got to find the middle ground because we were so bad the first half, but we were brilliant the second half. So that's 7 mark. I think that's fair in the middle school.
Great.
Fantastic.
On the timer as well.
Right.
On the
We should get you on countdown.
It's nice to talk to you both about a positive result. So
very
I
nice.
look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Fantastic, guys. That'd be Leeds coming up against Leeds.
Yeah.
We've lost 4-2. It'll probably be 1-0 to the Wanderers. Take care, guys.
Okay.
See you later.
Oh, they got in nice and first. Next up, we've got Speedy. Speedy in the house. Hello, James.
Hello.
Hi, James.
Hello, you right? Are you right?
Oh, good, thank you. Dave's going to set the timer.
Oh, yeah.
There
You
you
can't
go.
remember.
Don't worry, it's fine. You okay? How did you find the
Yeah.
game today?
Are you okay? You asked me out. Are you okay?
Yeah, good, thank you. How did you
Good.
find the game today?
So I've got my notes. First of all, I want to thank you for letting me come on the show because I know how popular it's got. I think it's ever since I've called it TalkSport, it got more popular. I'm only joking. So today I found the game. So I've got my stats. So Southampton had 7, Wolves had 10. On target for Southampton was 3. On target for Wolves was 4. Possession was Wolves 49% to Southampton's 51%. But obviously in the second half, you could tell Wolves had more possession in the second half, but probably overall in the whole match, I'd say Southampton just edged it. I think what I've noticed with Wolves is, and probably this season because of the pandemic, is its mentality. So obviously Wolves go on a goal behind. I think is it like 16 times, and it's that mentality. If you make a mistake, you're going to keep making mistakes until you learn from it, and you're always going to keep making it. And obviously that's what I mean by the one goal down. Our ratings for the first half would be 4. For the second half, I'd give it a 7, and it was like the old Wolves in the second half. Man of the match, I'd go Neto, but followed by a close second, Adama Traore. Looked like the old Wolves, like I've said, and also it's a massive win. Even though I asked my mum tonight, I said which game was more important to yourself. She said it would be one in the league than the FA Cup. I said what annoyed me is I'm not saying Wolves are a so-called small side. Obviously, like the top 6, that's a so-called small side. I don't know why Wolves didn't put a full-strength side out, because obviously, like this season, unfortunately, we're probably not going to get 7th again. And why don't they just go in the FA Cup? But obviously, that wasn't the case. And obviously, Nuno knows best, and that's why he's a manager, and I'm just the fan analysing in my own view.
Yeah, I think that's probably especially after today's performance, because I think if Wolves had played that team on Thursday, then they'd have literally run ruins round Southampton, because I don't think Southampton played as well on Thursday as they did in the first half today. But, you know, I'm just glad that they won today and didn't lose both. So,
yeah, it's a massive win.
But yeah, we keep saying, me and Dave keep saying, you want to watch them win the FA Cup on your sofa. So that's what we keep saying.
I know you like that line, don't you, Dave? You always have a good smile.
I do.
So, anything else you'd like to say about the game today, James?
Probably not about the game, probably about Dave's channel, if that's okay. Dave, I've noticed you're on 24 subscribers, 500. Just to let you know. And
say that again.
I know. Sorry.
Say that again, James.
Sorry, Dave.
Say that again.
You're on 24,000. You're on 24,500 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is
cool.
That's what I mean. You deserve all the credit you get, if you know what I mean. And I think it's one of the best channels on there. I'm not going to say it's not, but you need to give yourself credit, Dave. You're doing it. I know you've got Amy, and you've got all Magic Martin, all them, and they're great people. But you need to give yourself credit, because you probably are. I'm probably in your tired, but you deserve like all the credit you deserve. You know what I mean? Because it's a great channel, and obviously with all the comments. Amy, I just think it's a great channel, and I'm so glad like where you are, because there's other teams like.
Well, James, it's only as good as because we've got some fantastic community of people on the channel, like yourself and all the other people that watch, and we try and keep it nice and positive. And we do have our criticism and stuff of the team, but it's all, you know, not nasty. So it's nice. So thank you for that, mate.
No worries.
Thank you, James. Thanks for joining us again. It's really nice to have you back on. And you are our official staff man as well. So,
how much do I get paid hourly? Or was it furlough?
100% increase on the last time.
Is it? Thank you. I appreciate you letting me on. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, James.
Take care. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, Leeds, yeah. I'll come on. I'll try and get on, obviously, because I know our pockets got. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Cheers, James. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Now, just gotta say with James, he's a lovely young man. He is autistic. It takes a lot for him to come on live and talk. I know can be quite a scary thing to come on, especially for him, because he's autistic as well. And he does a really great job, and he's a really lovely lad, and it gives him a lot of confidence, I think, as well. So that's lovely to have on. We've got Dan from Sainsview coming up after the next one. But next up, returning to the channel, we've got Dan Parnell. Hi, Dan.
Hello, Dave.
Hi, Dan. You okay?
How you doing?
Yeah, it's been a while. Last time I was on was against West Brom.
Oh God.
It was a while.
That.
Oh, well, this is a bit happier one, isn't it?
You actually get to discuss a win.
I know. We'd have called you our bad luck omen if you'd have kept coming on and they're losing, but we can say that you've got a win under your belt now. What impressed you about the game today? What was your reaction to the game?
Obviously, knowing the fact that we had Southampton at their fortress right after losing 2-0 against them at the FA Cup, I was nervous, but again, I think we all were.
Yeah.
And after that first half, I was disappointed again. Didn't really.
Mm-hmm.
I felt better because of the lineup.
Yeah.
The Cup lineup was. I don't know what Nuno was thinking. We had nothing going forward. Morgan Gibbs-White, he's a local lad, I know, but he can't play as a winger.
No, we said about it on Thursday that the lineup, we were all very disappointed when we saw the lineup. Benny obviously had no option but to go with the full strength team, as you'd call it, today, which he obviously did. And in the first half, it didn't seem like it was doing any better. But then thankfully in the second half, it came through. So
the second half was so much better. I was not expecting that. I was expecting, if we were lucky, maybe a 1-1 draw. But to come back from 1-0 down to 2-1 up was unbelievable. That is the Wolves we all know and love in that second half. That Neto goal from the left foot on the right side, that was world class. He is definitely my man of the match.
Yeah, they said they did quite an interesting thing on Prime where they were saying to Ali McCoist, which did you prefer, the Ings goal, which, you know, it was a phenomenal volley, or the Neto goal? So which one are you going for?
All respect to Danny Ings, that was a phenomenal goal and poor defending on our part. But I would have to say Neto, his skill with the ball to get it through all them players was
biased aside, I 100% agree. But I think, like, you've hit the nail on the head there, is that the Ings goal, it was a really well-taken volley, but the defending was very poor, whereas they were defending the Neto goal as you would expect them to. So I don't think there's any, well, from my humble opinion, there was no comparison. But we'll ask our Southampton friend next what he thinks. He'll probably say Danny Ings, but
no, respect to Danny Ings. He's a phenomenal player, and yeah, it was poor defending on our part, like I said, but obviously we managed to come back from it.
It was a great. To be fair, it was a great goal from Ings, and Semedo had a good game. But I think on that particular point, with regards to Semedo, he did basically. It was a bit of a weak tackle that he put on, and he got through, didn't he?
Yeah, well, a bit of weak tackling and a bit sloppy of giving the ball away at the beginning of the game anyway.
Definitely. So, who is your man of the match and your Valentine of the match is what we're saying today, being it's Valentine's Day. And your date rating for the game?
For the first half, I would say 2 out of 10. Second half,
2 out of 10. Okay, 2. That is very low.
And second half, definitely a 9 out of 10. And my Valentine's or man of the match, it was a close call between Rui Patricio and Pedro Neto, but I would have to say Pedro Neto just because of the skill work he performed in the second half. It was absolutely world class and brilliant.
Yeah,
he was fantastic today. I think it's a good point to bring out about Rui Patricio because that double save that he made was fantastic, and he made 2 other good saves as well. So it's a good point. That I was torn. If it weren't for Pedro Neto's goal being so amazing, I think I would probably, even though we won the game, I'd have probably have given it to Rui myself. But a goal like that to win any game is just world class. Really, that was.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Definitely. Brill?
All done and dusted.
Well, Thanks for coming on again, Dan. It's nice to talk to you after a win, for sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely be coming on, hopefully, for the Leeds game.
Great. Yeah, we look forward to it. Dirty Leeds, eh? That'll be interesting. That would have been a good day down Molyneux, wouldn't it? But
I'll tell you what. I was one of the things I'm disappointed with this year was not being able to go to Ellen Road away, because that would have been a fantastic away. Be a fantastic away day, and hopefully we can do that next year.
Yeah. Hopefully when the pandemic calms down, we can get fans back in the stadium, which will definitely help us as a team as well. Mentality.
Definitely.
Okay. Absolutely. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
And from one Dan to another Dan, this is gonna be quite an interesting conversation to get the Southampton view. So we've got welcome back, Dan, from the Saints View YouTube channel. Quite an interesting conversation to have with you to get your perspective on this game, and how you're feeling about the game as a whole. And obviously there's a couple of one key incident which we'll get onto and get your view on as well. But let's give us your initial thoughts on the game post-match.
Well, first of all, hi guys, how are we? Disappointing, just deflated really. I think it's not necessarily the game itself, it's more the run we've been on. This is a club history record now, 6 consecutive league defeats. Never done that.
Is that in any division or just the top?
We didn't do it in League One, we didn't do it in the Championship, we haven't done it in the Premier League. In our 135-year history, we have never lost 6 league games in a row.
Well, to be fair, Dan, if you're going to lose the 6th game against anyone, losing it against
I know, of course.
to do it on.
Yeah, I think I think it's a really interesting one in the sense that obviously we had the cup game on Thursday, and obviously I said to you guys on Thursday night, obviously I prefer the cup game be prioritised, and we've got a decent draw and we've got a good chance to progress in that competition. But we've got to focus on this game now and our Premier League form. I said that we've got a month now to focus on the Premier League, and today, it's a 6th defeat in a row. We've got to be picking up points. We've dropped to 13th. Last time we picked up points, we were 6th, and now we've dropped down to 13th. It's absolutely mental. I've never known a run like it. Since,
what do you think?
Well, no one has.
What do you think? The injuries, or do you think have they changed formation, or what do you think?
I think mentality. I think a lot of it comes down to mentality. I think the players, a lot of them lack a spine, and it's so frustrating to see. There's no excuses today when it comes down to injuries, because we had our first choice back line for the first time in 2 months. You could argue maybe our best ever starting 11 that's available, if you're thinking Redmond's better than Adams, if you're a Saints fan. So from that point of view, we had no excuses, and you saw it in the first half. We were sublime. I think that's one of our best halves of football of the season.
Yeah, I think. I mean, to be fair to you, at half time, I thought I don't know how they've been on this run with like the defeats that you've had. I thought you looked phenomenal, and you got like some of your injuries back as well. And I thought, we as Wolves fans at half time, we were really concerned. So
yeah, absolutely, and that's it. And I think, I think the second half just killed us. I think that conceding a penalty early on, I think that just deflated any sort of confidence, and we crumbled. And that's down to mentality. That's not down to injuries, refereeing decisions. That's our own fault today.
On the penalty then, Dan, we haven't really touched on that tonight.
Right.
And there was 2 incidents, wasn't there? There's the one given and the one that wasn't given. I'll be interested to hear your take. Let's have a little debate about this, because Alan Shearer on Amazon Prime, we know that Shearer played for Southampton. I thought was a little biased towards the Southampton point of view, but let's hear what you think about the first penalty to start. Do you think it was?
I think the letter of the law nowadays, it is a penalty. If it hits the arm, if it hits the hand in the box, the ref's got to give it. I think it's a stupid law, but based on the law that's in place right now, that is a penalty. So the referee's got to give it. My frustration with it is the fact that 5 minutes later, the same thing happened. I think Bertrand's was more obvious. I'll be honest. I think Bertrand's was more obvious. But if you look at a replay, then the ball hits Dendonku's arm in the box. I think he's got to give both of them if he's going to give one or the other.
Let me give you my view on this. And I'm sure Amy's got a view. I agree completely. The rule on the penalty, there was no intention from Bertrand, was it? It was Bertrand that it hit.
Yeah.
There was no intention. He was turning away, but his hand was up and out.
Exactly.
And had the ball not hit his hand, that ball was going towards the goal.
He knew.
He turned
away. He turned away and put his head in his hands. He knew that he was going to get given.
I think you can see the reaction of it. He literally went forward, didn't he? Because he knew exactly what he'd done.
And
he knew.
The one thing I will say, although I was saying actually on my live stream, and I did say after, if it had happened to us, we would have been saying, but it did happen to us, did it not, Amy? Which game was it?
It's against Leicester. Max Kilman, who plays in our back, he only came on at the end today, but he did the exact same thing as Bertrand did against Leicester, and we were up in arms with it because he couldn't have done anything. I think we're frustrated.
I think we're frustrated because a couple of weeks ago there was a more clear and obvious one with Matty Cash against Villa, and it wasn't given. There has to be consistency.
I think what we've come down to here is I think we're all quite objective fans here, and I try and be as objective as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice when it happens to you because Wolves don't have many VAR decisions go for them, so it was quite nice today from a Wolves perspective. But I do think it's the consistency of it all, isn't it? It's the referees aren't consistent, and that's what VAR is meant to be there for. Is meant to be there for the consistency. So human error could come into it with the refs, but
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with VAR. It's the way it's being used.
Yeah,
I say it every day.
We've said that from the start. I mean, I could I could speak for hours about my opinions. On
Yeah, we would. Yeah, so
I think especially clubs like us, like feel like it is slightly biased to the top 6, as you call it.
I like I said, like you said, I think I could go on for hours about English officials and how the standard's ridiculous. But yeah, no. At the end of the day, I think we've got ourselves to blame because the way we reacted was just not acceptable at all.
Yeah, well, I don't. Carry on.
Go on, Amy. You finish first.
I just thought it was. I can see myself as a Southampton fan watching that because we've recently been in a very similar situation with Wolves, where we've just seen our team crumble before our eyes, and it is frustrating because you think you've put in such a good effort in the first half. I mean, the Ings goal was a fantastic goal, and we can all appreciate that as football fans. But I can feel how you're feeling because Wolves have definitely been in that situation more than once in terms of the run and they just didn't seem there in the second half. It was almost like Wolves came out on the fire and they weren't know what to do.
No, I completely agree. I think we've got we're not the only team that's gone on a bad run. 6 league defeats in a row, that's unheard of for us. Literally the first time ever. But I think the feeling after today is, Kyle Walker-Peters came off with a hamstring injury. He's only just come back. He's probably our most influential player. So that's a shame because we've not got a backup. And our next couple of games are Chelsea, Leeds, and Everton.
All tough games.
I'm seeing 9 consecutive defeats. Call me pessimistic, but I just don't see if we're going to be playing like that in that second half. I don't see where we're getting points.
Well, you'll be surprised sometimes when you least expect it. On the
I hope so, man. I hope so. I think but knowing Saints will go and beat Chelsea next weekend.
Well, we had this a few weeks ago. We'd got 1 point from a game against Chelsea. We'd not won. How many games? I can't remember how many games it was. And then we had Arsenal and Leicester coming up, and we were like, well, we're not going to get any points with them, and they got 4 points out of the 6. So it's football. It's especially
against Arsenal.
Sometimes you need a bit of luck, though. You need sometimes a bit of luck in football. It swings around, doesn't it? You will get the luck. It's just waiting for it to come in. We've said as well. You are.
You never know, do you? How it can all turn around. I mean, we against Arsenal, we were on that really bad run. They hit the post in the first minute. Rui Patricio made a save in the the 4th minute. They had the ball in the back of the net after the 8th minute, and it was like a toe offside. Then they scored. We should have been 3 or 4-0 down, and then right at the end of the half, we got a penalty. David Luiz gets sent off. We scored the penalty. Martino hits a worldie, and then their keeper does something crazy, and they're down to 9 men, and we win the game. It's bizarre how these things can happen. Just on the Dendoncker penalty, I don't think the 2 incidents were similar. I know the ball came over a lot further, but and I do agree about the penalty rule and the accidental. It's something has to be looked at. But as I say, from a Wolves fan looking at the Kilman incident, I was saying on the stream, it's got to be given because we had one given against us exactly the same time. But the Dendoncker one, I don't see that as being a penalty any day because the ball's come over, he's not seen it. He's ducked down and it's hit him right at the top of the arm, and his arm's there, whereas Bertrand's arm was out. So that's why.
That's what I was saying about how Bertrand's is more obvious.
Yeah,
but I think if he's going to give it, if he's going to give the first one because it's hit his arm, he's got to give the same. But I think bias comes into it a little bit as well. And I think we've all agreed that the rule's ridiculous. Yeah,
it is. So overall, what was your performance rating? If we're calling it like date rating, means it's Valentine's Day, and like, is there a Valentine from the Saints team that you'd like to? Danny Ings, maybe.
I think it's nice to see Ings back in the goals. Wolves have helped us this week with ending his goal drought. Got to give it Ingsy. He scored the goal. Armstrong's got a shout for the cross, but we'll give it Ingsy.
It was a fantastic goal. Question: which goal do you think was the best, the Ings goal or the?
Don't do that to me because I know which one it is.
Pedro Neto goal.
He knows which one it is. He just said he knows which one it is, but he can't say it.
No, say it.
It's the Neto goal. Only
Oh,
just. It's the
boo!
but we deserved. I think we deserved our goal more at the time. At the
You
time,
did,
I
yeah.
think we
Okay.
deserved our goal more than you guys deserved the Neto goal. But based on the whole second half, I think Wolves deserve to take the point. So I don't think we warrant a point at all. I'm frustrated.
You've still got the FA Cup to look forward to.
We do, yeah. If we finish
Against
17th
Bournemouth,
and win
that's
the
going to
cup,
be tasty.
yeah, that's definitely one we want the fans down for. I can't see how we'd be letting by then. I'm confident for it. We'll obviously have to see, but that's all we're looking forward to now. I think, a couple of weeks ago we were thinking, we're going to knock on the door of 7th or 6th. After that win against Liverpool, then maybe 2 weeks ago we were thinking, okay, is it going to be a top half finish?
I can't believe that we're actually
now
above
we're looking
in the league. Now it's
Okay.
crazy to
game
think.
in hand, though. I mean, I will be fair to Saints. We've got a game in hand, and we're a point behind. So if we won that game in hand, we'd go above.
Who's
2
your
points
game
clear.
in hand? Who's your game in hand against?
Leeds. I think the Leeds game in a couple of weeks is our game in hand because that was postponed. So that's Leeds away. Well, I don't know. I think that's next Tuesday. 2 Tuesdays away.
Yeah.
So it's soon. It's after Chelsea. So yeah, we'll see with that one because I think we'll give them a good game. To be fair, I think we've got similar mentalities in the sense that we go for it and then might get caught out on the break. I think that'd be a really good game for the neutral.
Did you manage to get back to a game? Because Southampton had fans in for a short period of time, didn't they?
I didn't get in. My dad got into the Man City one where we lost 1-0. But we beat Sheffield United 3-0 in the first one with fans, and that would have been, more enjoyable to go to. But yeah, it was the general consensus was that it was, it was decent. Like they made decent noise. 2,000 fans. Usually 30,000 don't make that much. So I think it was. I don't
think it'd be the same at Molineux. I think it'd be quite an eerie silence at Molineux if you went to 2,000
Yeah, I don't
fans.
know. I think for me, I'm just desperate for fans to be back allowed in.
I think
we all are. I think we all are.
Hopefully for August we can get some sort of normality. And you never know, FA Cup final, you might be sitting there watching it on yourself.
I think we will. I mean, I'm hoping that the pubs are going to be reopened because at least I'll watch it with my mates if we're gonna get to the semi or the final itself. Yeah. I don't really want to be sat at home. I want to be out and about, really, like try and make as much of a day of it as possible. But yeah, like I said, I'm confident for that Bournemouth game. I think we'll get to Wembley. It's just a case of we're going to need a bit of luck because it's going to be a Chelsea, a Man City, a Man United that we have to play to win the cup. And that's the goal now. I think that has to be the goal. As daft as it may sound, Southampton have to go for the cup now.
Yeah.
Well, we want to just take this opportunity, Dan. Massive credit to you. You came on.
No worries.
You've on both occasions. You've had a lot of dignity. You've come on, obviously, after a dreadful result and performance for us on Thursday night, and you said you come back on today, no matter what the results. So that's massive credit to you.
No worries.
You're the best for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you two guys, take it easy.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see you at Molineux next year.
Yeah, we'll do. Have a good one.
You too. Right.
Bye. Cheers, Dan. All the best. Right, just before we get on to the next one who's in line, which is Steve, I'll just take this opportunity, smash a like on the video, will you? Because it does help when YouTube sees that, so that would be great. And we're going to bring on Steve.
Hi.
Hello, Steve.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. You need to get the timer on, Dave.
I will do, yeah. She tells me off, you say. So there you go. Got it. There you go. You got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. First thing, Amy, I love your top. Fantastic. What year is that? Is that 1997? Is it that top? Yeah. Amy's not there, is she? Hello?
She froze. She's
frozen. Thank you. Yeah, she's just in a little pose.
Am I back?
You're back. Yeah, you like pros like this and doing a Vogue.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I think it was. I remember Robbie Keane wearing it. So, but it just shows how much I haven't grown in however many years. So, my parents just bought me really baggy shirts. So, yeah, but it still fits. So, yeah, thank you.
No idea where it is now. Yeah. Anyway, on the game, yeah, definitely a tale of two halves. That wasn't it. I was really upset first half. I just wonder why we can't do that second half performance from the start of the game. It's built on pace, it's built on pressing, it's built on quick passing, quick feet, and all that. But why have we got to wait till the second half for that to happen? I was really worried for Nuno, actually. It's half time, thinking that the fans are going to turn on him here because it was so negative.
They said something of Nuno's the only second Wolves manager to manage 100 Premier League games, and Mick McCarthy got sacked after the 101st Premier League. I was thinking, don't say that.
Yeah,
but no.
But it's I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in that dressing room at half time. I just want to know what was said. I think the hair dryers and the pizzas are flying everywhere, weren't they? I think because it was a completely different team, wasn't it? The change was massive, wasn't it? So,
yeah.
But it was a fantastic second half. Pedro Neto, what a goal that was as well. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what we want to see all the time, though. Not just in one half. This is what we used to see in, first 2 seasons in the Prem. That's what we played like, and that's what we want to see.
He kind of made it out of nothing. The way he sold them as well, and then surged into the box, and how he finished it, it was such he couldn't have an inch either side. I don't think it would have gone. It would have gone in. The keeper would have said it was just amazing. So like that Ebanks Blake goal, but the quality of that goal was. I think I've said this. We have got, we cannot accept any offer for him in the summer. He is one player we cannot sell in the summer window. I know he's attracting attention. He's a young lad. We've got to build our team around Pedro Neto. He's going to be one of the best players in the world, no doubt about it. We cannot let him go.
You think about if we sold Jota, didn't replace him, we're not going to be able to replace Neto. Simple as that. And what we're going to offer next season with another youngster coming in, it's not going to happen, is it? So we do have to keep these players. I know. And a lot of them seem happy, don't they? So let's keep them here.
I know that Neto is the one for me, and I've said it. I've been a fan from Neto from the start, even when he was coming on for Jota last year, and we always said it was like for like coming on. But I just think he's in my opinion is better than Jota. The way that he plays the ball and his consistency is just. It's just so good.
Decision making was fantastic as well, isn't it? He's got the pace. He's got a very quick brain. I remember Jota, he was very inconsistent a lot of the times. We remember the good times, don't we? Remember the Leicester City games.
He was very inconsistent. He'd just go on somewhere. He just wouldn't do anything for matches.
Yeah, but Neto seems to be there when we're playing poorly. He seems to be the one that's driving us forward. Even in that first half, he was doing a few runs where I thought, you know what? Hopefully he can spot something into life from nothing. And sometimes he did, but obviously we've got to explore this middle of the park as well, because the goals are coming when we're passing to the middle. We are not an effective team without Jimenez, with crosses coming from deep, and it's just not happening for us. So that's what we've got to exploit more as well.
Fantastic. Definitely. So you'll be going for Pedro Neto as your Valentine 100%. Man of the match?
He's my Valentine, man of the match.
I think he's most people's Valentines today, isn't he? And then what would you give the overall performance, Steve?
I'm going to give it, because the first half was that poor, I'm going to give it 6.5 altogether. Second half was a lot better, but the first half was that bad. So we've got to be consistent in both halves, definitely. And while I'm here, can I just say a massive thank you to everyone that contributed towards our music show that we played after the last game. We raised. I think the last figure I heard this morning was over £1,300, and my £1,000 target. So thank you so much to everyone who contributed. It was tricky. No, thank you guys. Thank you for having me on as well, because it's great. All the publicity for it was great as well. So it was a really good night, apart from the result, of course.
Oh well, you'll have to do another one after they've won or something. You'll have to do another one. A celebration. Lovely.
Yeah, thank you very much, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. We'll speak to you soon.
Hope to see you on a future one soon, mate. Anytime you want to come on, just let us know.
Good man. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So that's Steve from the Wolfpack Howlers. If you don't know, they a group of Wolves fans that they've got an album out. They sing obviously lots of different Wolves songs. It's brilliant. Check them out. And they did a live show after the disappointing game on Thursday night, and they've raised over £1,300 for the Wolves Foundation for the Feed Our Pack appeal. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, we've got making his debut, Colin.
Hiya.
Hi, Colin.
Hi,
Tell us
Amy.
where in the world you are, Colin, because you sent me a video from the woods earlier on.
I'm in Suffolk.
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 I thought you were going to say somewhere like, I don't know. I felt it felt like Switzerland or something.
No,
the woods.
it did feel like it today though. It was cold. Yeah, I was just doing a YouTube video for because I do a lot of running as well, but I got Achilles tendonitis at the moment, so
oh no.
Yeah, I can agree with you with the marathon bit, but here's my last medal for I don't know if you can see that. That was a 50 miles.
Oh my God, you're mad. 50 an ultra.
A 50-mile run.
No, thank you for the ultra. I fully respect that. I'm done after a marathon.
Yeah, I got 100 coming at the end of the year. So
100. Oh my God, you're mad, Colin. You're mad.
Oh, is that all in one go?
That's all in one go. That's within 36 hours. Yeah.
Do you not sleep?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you hallucinate a little bit, but you don't sleep.
How do you keep going for 100 miles and 36 hours?
I don't know because I've never done it before, but I'll find out.
Well, let us know. You'll have to come on before you've done it, and then after you've done it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm a wanderer wants to know what's on your wall.
Oh, medals.
Oh, are they medals? Are they?
Yeah, they're all my medals. Can
you imagine if you put them on a coat? You'd be like.
No, I never fought any wars, so I look old enough. But yeah.
Oh well, that's fantastic. Well done for that, Colin. That's really impressive.
Cool.
Doing 100 miles. I couldn't even think about it. So
yeah, I've got to think of a charity to do it for now.
So how was it going on to the game today? How did you find the game today?
Frustrating first half again. It's just they put us through so much pain in the first half. I did think Redmond was going to score first, but
he had some fantastic chances.
Yeah. I thought Sayers played well. He got back really quickly to stop Ings and make Ings pass it across, and he's also getting higher up the pitch in the second half as well, which you want to see. I'd like to see him use them centre channels a bit more and then pushing it out to the wings, but they seem to do the same thing every time, and it's becoming a bit predictable. So second half, completely different game.
Yeah,
completely different team.
Yeah, I think we just said it. We'd love to have been a fly on the wall at half time because I think that would have been quite interesting. Because I don't think, we said the man management, but it would have been unbelievable to know what's been said.
He looked like thunder on the sideline at half time. He looked like he was staring into space. You could see it was kind of like bubbling up like this.
Anger,
so I think I'd have given him the air dryer treatment. I mean, at half time potentially.
Yeah. You said about the handballs as well, but I'm sure if it was flipped around and it was the other way round, I think the views have been a bit different as well. So isn't that football itself?
It's football. What would you like to see differently against Leeds on Friday?
Well, like I say, sort of play more up the channel, push higher up the pitch, so we're not defending too much all the time. It's just so frustrating that we're sitting back all the time. The only thing I can say in the first half is that perhaps they're trying to wear out their opponents and then use their pace in the second half. I don't know, but it would be nice to sort of see them push up higher up the pitch and not give the opponents chance to come back at us.
Yeah, I think as well with looking towards Leeds and stuff, Leeds have been scored a lot of goals. They find the back of the net. So I think the approach is going to have to change.
I think Leeds have been underestimated like we were in the first season we were in the Premiership. And I think there's got to be a few improvements. I think Nuno's sort of turning it around though.
We got 7 points out of 9, which he'd have said that a few weeks ago. You'd have been like, that's not going to happen. So there's definitely, continue doing this. And, I think we all can say they're going to be fine in terms of relegation now. But it's... Yeah,
I think with the whole country, there's a bubbling undercurrent at the moment with frustration all across the nation, perhaps the whole world. And I think if we weren't in lockdown and we had the fans there, I think it'd be a different story. I think that like you said last week, that they're all human. They all they all got families. A lot of them are not seeing their families.
Yeah.
Just give them a thought, really.
Yeah, no, it's not a good place to be. So, who was your Valentine of the match and your overall performance rating for today?
Patricio was my man of the match, my Valentine.
He did do well.
Yeah, but he did that double save in the second half as well. That was my heart was in my mouth. And 3 out of 10 first half, 7 out of 10 second half, so about 6.5 overall. There's a few improvements, I think, that need to be.
We're averaging about 6.5, 7 for most people.
Yeah.
Brill.
Yeah, great channel, Dave.
Oh, thank you.
I've really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And it's great to have you on. I'll try and download that video you sent me on the Facebook page from you in the woods running. And try and include it on tomorrow's IFR. So thanks for that. And thanks for coming on. And if you want to get on, mate, just let us know. But honest to God, goodness me, 100-mile run. I just can't even.
I can't even, like.
I can just about do 100 foot, let alone 100 miles.
Unless I'm
running after a ball, then I'm okay.
You're still playing, Dave?
When I get a chance to play, I'll like to play. But obviously, I can't even play tennis at the moment, and that's the most socially distanced sport you get. There's one person on the other side of the court. But I like my tennis. If I'm running after a ball, I'm okay.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. Amy is a top runner, by the way.
Yeah,
she runs most days.
What is it? Mainly marathons you do, Amy, or
half to full, really. So I did. But
ask you your times.
I can, but I don't want to. My marathon time is 3 hours 11 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
That's very good.
That's really good. Mine's quicker than mine. 3 hours and 27. Mine was so.
That's very good as well. So,
although as you get older, you tend to run further because you can't run as fast. So, there's less youngsters competing in long distance. So
I've always been quite good at long distance. That's why I've gone to it so early on.
Cool.
But it's great to have you on.
How's your dad, Dave? Is he all right?
He's good. I saw him on. If you saw the match preview, dropped him some samosas in. Just got to mention that actually before you move on to Craig, who's next up. Obviously, get involved with Manny's Samosa Saturday. There's a team of drivers. I help with that. That's raised over £3,000 for Dementia UK. That has great organisation from Manny. But I saw my dad and my mum there, socially distanced, and he had a few samosas, and they're all in good. They've had the vaccine, so all good, mate. So hopefully, I think he might be watching this at home at the moment, so you'll probably see you've asked about it.
I'll send some money through for dementia because my dad died of dementia. So that's a charity close to my heart. So
no, it is as well. My auntie Sylvia is suffering with it as well.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible disease, but that's brilliant, mate. I'll talk to you about that afterwards anyway.
Okay.
But keep up the running, buddy, and thanks for coming. Hopefully you can. This is just the first of many.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right.
Cheers, Amy.
Cheers, Dave. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And next up, back with his tuba, it's Craig. Hello, Craig.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Amy. How are you guys? This is a smile, Amy. This is a smile.
I'm glad after the other night. You sent me into a state of depression after the other night.
I wanted to slit my throat.
I know you did.
Listen to this. Listen to this. It's the only song you can play, isn't it? It's the only song you can play.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, I'll switch it off. What a change around. Man of the match, Nuno.
Oh, Nuno,
half-time talk. I watched him in the... Yeah, absolutely, without any doubt. I watched him in the first half, and he got more angry as the half went on. His face got more stern. His eyes closed up. His lips got more pursed. I thought They are going to catch it. You know, we spoke about 2 weeks ago, and we said Nuno needs to give them a rocket. And the first half they were sedate, weren't they? The midfield were really deep again, and we let Saints play. Saints played well because we let them play, and we let them walk past us. Second half, oh, welcome back Wolves. Welcome back Wolves. They were just terrific. The midfield,
I think it was all about closing down, moving the ball faster, being sharp with the passes, having two options per pass. In the first half, like you said, Craig, we were so predictable. It was so easy. They were ready for the pass and taking it off us. And the second half, Nuno's obviously had a word, switched it around the two on the flanks. And did you see? I mean, we haven't mentioned this, but Neves, he was so pumped up in the
Wasn't he just? And Johnny, though. I mean, Johnny's face was just determined beyond words. Rui was just magnificent, wasn't he? All game, though, Rui was top all game. Neto is he's going to be superb, isn't he? He's going to be world class, isn't he? Without any doubt. And you're right, Dave, but we do need to keep him, and we need to build that team around him. But that's the same team that's played rubbish for the last 2.5 months. So it's got nothing to do with talent or what. Nuno just absolutely. And you know in them films where the woman's screaming and like panicking and going and like someone comes up and gives her a right slap round the chops, and she stops immediately and like gets herself back together again. That's what the guys have had. Clearly, Nuno's gone for them at half time and just shocked them into being themselves again. And the penalties. Let me tell you, my view on the penalties. Definite decisions, both of them spot on. Is the reason why. Bertrand, as he moves around, he's in a standing position for a start. His hand wasn't out when the ball was hit. His hand came out. That's hand to ball, which is a penalty. So as he moved, he did that. That's absolutely stonewall. Dunk never moved at all. He just ducked, and the ball hit him.
Yeah, well, his arm was in front of his body as
absolutely.
Well.
Absolutely. And Shearer.
I was annoyed with Shearer.
And I was. And Carney, you know, saying how boring we were. I mean, she was right, but we can say it. She can't. We're like Wolves fans.
She doesn't express her opinions in the right way sometimes, I don't think. So
I thought she was probably more agreeing with Shearer. She did say a couple of things in defence of Dendoncker, and then Shearer went, yeah, but they should, and then she kind of agreed. Whereas to me, like you, the one was a lot closer, but his hand was out. The ball was heading towards goal into a danger area. Whereas the other one, it was more of an outswinger type thing. It came over a group of players. Then Donker didn't even see it. He was ducking down, and his arm was in front of his body, and it wasn't going towards goal. So you can't compare the two. Is the rule right? Probably not. Did we suffer from it against Leicester? Yes, we did. Have we had some karma back today? Absolutely. I feel for Southampton fans because if it had been us, we'd have probably been annoyed. But at the end of the day, it was the right decision. And to finish off with, Craig, what's your date score for tonight?
My date score 8 out of 10 without any doubt. So if you win, you win. And if you come back from playing so poorly in the first half and you turn that in, all the plaudits to them. Fabulous second half performance. Well done, lads.
Absolutely brilliant. And it's lovely, Craig, to have you on. Let's see those teeth and that big beaming smile. There it is. Let's keep it like that for the next time. We've got a winning streak now, mate. Absolutely.
Top draw, guys.
Craig, next time you come on, we want to tune on the tuba.
Okay, all right. You're right.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah. Absolutely.
We had the Wolfpack Howlers on playing a little ditty, so you've got to get the tube on. All the best, mate.
I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. See you, Amy. See you, guys.
Bye.
See ya. See ya.
Next up, we've currently got Scott and many fun adventures from the motorhome. But next up, we've got cricket sensation and tennis wannabe, Shaf.
Hi, Shaf.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah,
Yes,
good, thank you. How are you?
He
I'm
promised
very well,
he'd come
thank
on.
you.
He's come on when we lost. He's come on when we drew. And he said next time we win. Remember, Ames? He says he's
I
coming
do
on.
remember now. So here we are. I mean, I hope that we can start seeing you every time if you're going to come on when they win.
Hopefully, if we win, I'll keep coming on, man.
You glory hunter.
No, I get too upset when we don't win. So.
Oh, do I? I cry before I come on these things after we've lost, and then I cry after again. It's all a facade.
Yeah.
I was what were your thoughts about the game today?
I thought we didn't do that badly in the first half, the way that the commentators were saying. I thought we were all right. You know, we were steady. It was a poor goal to give away. But we're disappointed. I think it's exaggerated because we don't create anything. It makes us look worse. If you know what I mean. So
I think I agree with that, Shaf. I do think it's because if you think they did defend well in the first half, but like you said, they didn't create anything. So in terms of a threat and in terms of like being good to watch, that's what
it gets exaggerated as you watch. And you think, you know, we're doing all right in the first 2/3. It's just that we can't get anything in the last third. But yeah, I was happy for the turnaround. I was happy for Nuno. Delighted for the turnaround in the second half.
Yeah, we looked overjoyed at the end, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I was telling Dave yesterday. I bumped into Nuno in Tetnall.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Tell us the story. Shaf.
I went to Tetnall Village. I had to go pop into the bank, the Lloyd's Bank there, and as I was walking out, I see this gentleman walking out. He's got his Wolves training gear on, the black tracksuit bottom and the grey top. The NES, his initials on there. And I was shocked how tall he was. I thought he walked right past me first. I thought, he had his mask on, obviously, and I had my mask on. But I saw a bit of grey beard on the side here. I thought, that's Nuno, but he's really slim. I was shocked how slim he was and how tall he was. So I walked right past him. I didn't acknowledge him first. So he walked past, then I turned around afterwards. I thought, that's Nuno. So I followed him a bit. So I had to check, is that Nuno? He went to the cash point. The same cash point I just used. So look, hopefully you won't catch anything from me.
Same cash point you used. You are going up in the world, aren't you?
I know, yeah.
Did you say hello to him?
I did, yeah. I waited for him to come back then into the car park because I went back into the car park. So he came back in as I was driving out. And so I wound my window down. I had a quick chat with him. I said hello. I wished him good luck for the weekend and that. And I said, we're all behind you. I'm all supporting you. And I had a quick selfie with him.
No,
he sent me the picture. He's in his car. He's got Nuno. It looks like Nuno's like creeping up on him rather than the other way around. I'll send it to you later.
What car did he drive?
Nuno.
What car?
Nuno has a Range Rover, but he was on foot. I was in my car because I was about to go. I waited about I waited a few minutes for him to come out, and I thought maybe he's going for a shop on that. I thought leave it. But then when I did drive out, he come walking back in.
Oh, Shaf, you're cracking me up. This story.
So you actually spoke to him then?
Yeah, I spoke to him. Yeah, he was in a rush to get out of it. It was the day after, obviously, the day after the cup game. I don't think he wanted to really speak to any Wolves fans on that. He was trying to be hush hush and quickly get away, but he was all right. He did stop to have a photo and a little quick chat.
All right, back to the game because we're running out of time.
Back to the game, yeah.
So,
the game was good, yeah. The first half, obviously, very disappointing. The second half, obviously, a lot better. But I still think we don't create a lot of clear chances. We're relying too much on Neto and Adama still. So I'm not getting overexcited, but I'm delighted for the team and Nuno and everyone, really.
And what would your performance rating and Valentine be?
I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.
Same as I did.
Yeah, 8, because the first half was really, I suppose, they didn't get hardly any shots. Well, they didn't get any shots in the first half. Second half was a lot better, but I think they're going to need to do it for longer, innit? Because they could have been dead and buried by half time, and I think after about 15-20 minutes, look at it, Dave was having a go and he was getting fed up on his live stream.
I was getting frustrated. Shaft,
you're getting earlier and earlier in the game now. Normally you wait till the 40th minute, but you was getting more frustrated.
Hey, mate, we had the Ducks back today from Marbella.
I know.
And they made the difference, the lucky Ducks.
They're amazing. They did the job today.
Hey, Andy John wants to know, was Nuno's Range Rover, is it gold and black?
Just black.
Just black with gold trim.
It's tinted windows, so I don't know if it's got any gold trim or anything inside, but it's all black on the outside. It's a nice car, actually.
I can imagine he drives a really
good car. Who's your player, Valentine, man of the match?
I have to give it to Neto for that goal. Amazing goal. But I am worried now. He's playing too well now. I want him to have a couple of bad games, so to keep the big clubs away from him, man.
I think we've got to keep him. I think we sold Jota because we had Neto, and we haven't got anyone behind Neto. I know Podence is a good little player, but Neto is still young. We've got to build the team around him and Raul for next year, and I think another solid centre back coming in, and maybe another midfielder. But Neto, we cannot not sell him for any money. He's just going to go. He's just young. He's just value's going to go up and up and up and up, and he's going to be one of the best players in the world. You can see it. So I think apart from one, Neto's been everyone's Valentine today. Apart from I think it was Colin that made Rui Patricio his Valentine today.
Yeah, he did well. Rui did well with a few saves there, crucial saves. Good to see it. Yeah.
Well, we'll leave you to go back to Tetnall and stalk Nuno some more. So we look forward to hearing.
I might do now. I might do that actually next week.
I'll send Amy, with your permission, that photograph if that's all right.
Yeah, no worries. Send it.
I look forward to seeing it.
All right, mate. Take care.
Take care, guys.
See you later.
Hope you'll be on next time if we win again.
Awesome.
We'll see you when we win.
Take care.
So we've just got two more callers waiting in the green room. We've got many fun adventures in the motorhome coming on last, but waiting patiently in the wings, it's Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, how's everybody?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, feeling positive after getting 3 points from Southampton.
Good. So I think we all feel the same, don't we? We think, it's good, isn't it?
The one person I want to talk about, though, who I don't think's been brought up much, is Neves.
Yeah, I mentioned him.
He had a fantastic game today.
Neves today had the fire in him. He, especially the second half, he came out with a point to prove, and it made Martinho look like he wasn't even on the pitch. The amount of work Neves was doing. But yeah, it's to me at the minute. I don't want to be too harsh on him, but hasn't been Cody for a while, and I think Neves is showing more of a leader at the minute on that pitch, in my opinion. It's one of them where we need somebody who's going to fire them up, and I think in that second half, when they went into the dressing room, I think Neves was probably the one who did fire them up. Because when he came out with a point to prove.
It was like their second half. You could see the fire in his belly.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Otto, he had a lot of fire, especially the first start of the second half. He was quite offensive going forward as well, Johnny Otto. I think he's just playing with the joy of actually being back on the pitch again as well.
It was good to see him get more minutes as well, because obviously he's been taken off at half time recently, and to see him to go to the 65th minute was good, because it shows that the progression's getting there for his recovery, and the fact that they put ice on his leg as well as soon as he came off, just to make sure if there is any, soreness there, they can heal it straight away. It's one of them where we need Johnny. If we lose Johnny now to injury again, we're going to lose that attacking threat, especially down that one side.
I think that's just part of the recovery process for him, to be fair.
But what I think was good as well, in that first half, like everybody, I was probably frustrated as well, especially when I could see Semedo getting in the way of Traore more than helping him. And then in that second half, when Traore and Neto switched sides, it was like Traore was unleashed then, and Traore became like a different player. And that's not like slating Semedo, because I thought Semedo played well as well. It's just at the minute, I don't think Semedo and Traore can work on that one side. I think give them a pre-season under Nuno, there'll be a different force. But to recapture what Traore had with Doherty on that side, it's going to be always difficult. And I think Shearer picked up on it as well when he was talking about it, saying that Semedo is not used to the way Traore plays. And then you can see Traore is telling Semedo, you should be here, possibly like taking a player away so I can take these players on. And with Johnny, he got that.
Yeah.
And it was great to see because like Neto and Traore, anytime they went forward, you thought we're going to do something here. And then that goal by Neto was just world class.
Yeah, it was goal of the season for me. It was better than the Moutinho against Arsenal, personally.
Dave, you say it's like Ebanks-Blake one, but I still think Ebanks-Blake's was better because he had his back to goal when he scored that. Yeah. And he put it through the player's legs, turned him, and then shot, didn't he?
It was a similar sort of thing right on the touchline. Came out of nowhere, didn't it? Because it was kind of like you saw he had the player's face on, and you think, what's he going to do with that? And he literally just completely bamboozled them, surged into the box, and did very similar to the. I think in that game against Charlton had just equalised. I think it was the last minute of the match as well. And I remember watching it, and Ebanks-Blake smacked it in 3-2, and it was just like, wow, that was just like, what a goal that was. Goal fit in any match.
What was good about that Neto goal as well? I think nobody in that entire stadium, anybody who was watching, even had any idea he was planning on shooting. Because I thought he was going to get as close to the goal as possible and then lay it inside for somebody to smack it in. And when he hit it, I think the goalkeeper was stunned. The whole of their defence was stunned.
Yeah.
And then the celebration just showed it all, that what he had in his mind paid off. And we needed something like that because if we're going to get 3 points, we need something good. Like with the Chorley game, it took the young lad, I can never say his name, Vitinda. Thank you. Yeah, it took something special like him to score that to get us through. And then you look at this game, it took something special from Neto to get us the 3 points. But you knew it was going to come eventually because the amount of effort from the lads and the performance from the lads in that second half was tremendous. And just to quickly end for you, because I can see my time's running out. I'll say my match rating overall would be a 8 because obviously the first half wasn't up to scratch. Man of the match, I'd definitely give to Neves again because I think
it's not man of the match. It's Date score, and it's your Valentine. Your Valentine. I want to hear you say it. And my Valentine is
Neves.
Neves.
Yeah, and I honestly would buy that guy dinner if he performs like that every game. So
need to get him to buy you dinner.
or you could go Dutch.
But no, I was pleased today. I'm glad we got the 3 points. I did say from these next 4 games that we'd get 7 points. I didn't think we'd get a win from Southampton when I predicted it all. I said that win would come against Leeds, but getting it from Southampton going into the Leeds game, which is a crucial game for us as well, considering how close Leeds are to us in the league and the fact that they got thumped tonight as well. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big match, and like your guy from Southampton said, they've got to face them as well. So ideally, you want them two to draw, and you want us to smash Leeds, and then we can climb that table again and try and close the gap on Arsenal and take over Arsenal, because I think we're 4 points behind them now. So
yeah, they have, and they won today. Thanks ever so much for your patience today, Scott. Appreciate it.
No worries. I had internet problems and everything. I kept popping in and out.
I noticed you were in and out more than the Okie today.
Thanks,
but yeah,
Scott.
Thanks for having me on again anyway.
Have a good week.
You too.
Bye. Bye.
So thanks for Scott. And last but no means least today, Amy, we've got in his camper van
motorhome.
Camper van. I got it right so many times. In your motorhome, and he's been to the shops, have you, and got back in time?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Picked up the mail.
Very good.
I said to him earlier, he's coming on. He went, I'm going out. I'm like, you're in a motorhome in the middle of nowhere. Where could you possibly be going? He said to the shops. The shops close at 4 on a Sunday.
We've got to pick up the mail as well.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
How did you find that today?
Oh my God! I tell you what, before the game kicked off, I was dreading it. Especially after the last game in the FA Cup, and I thought if we don't do it today, we're definitely heading down. You know what I mean? I just felt that way. And the first half wasn't very good, was it? And I thought, oh no. And of course, we let the first goal in as usual,
As usual, yeah.
But the second half, I just couldn't believe it. I thought, oh my God, it's like we've gone back a few months, And it makes you think, because even myself, I'll admit to it, I'm blaming Nuno for a lot of it, but I think it is a confidence thing, definitely. The way they changed the second half, there you go. It just shows, doesn't it? The players are there, they just got to have the confidence. There's some players have got the confidence, like Neto, which I'm a bit worried about now, because like one of your previous people said that if he plays too good, he's going to end up moving on.
I don't think it would be necessarily good for his development. He is younger than Jota. He's breaking into the team. He's having a breakthrough season. He's probably going to be right up there for player of the season, I would think. Probably Amy might agree with that as well. The way his performances have been so consistent and driving on. But I think we have to build the team around him and Jimenez. Right, you can't if we sell him, then I'll be very disappointed.
Does anybody know what's happened to Campana? I've not seen anything of him.
He's on loan.
Is he?
Yeah, he's out on loan. I can't remember who to, but he's definitely on loan at the moment. And I think that's probably part of the process and stuff as well, that they've got a few players out on loan that maybe will fall in pre-season and stuff. But I thought he might come back with the whole Jimenez injury, but I think that's part of his development plan, I assume. But it'd be quite exciting to see if he comes back in like close season and for pre-season and stuff.
Rafa Mir's been having a good old time as well, hasn't he?
So, but no, I think we're all kind of
Sorry, when they signed Campana, I remember at the time I was looking online on YouTube and finding all these video footages of how he plays abroad, and he was such a smashing striker. And I thought to myself, hey, we've got somebody good here. And then all of a sudden he's disappeared. And I think right at this time, like you say, Amy, with what's been going on lately, you'd think they'd bring you in, wouldn't you, and give him a shot, But
but hopefully if he's getting away, he's getting kind of the experience more in European leagues and like game time, building his physicality, then hopefully he can come back and slip into the team next year. So it's certainly exciting.
Another option.
Yeah, he keeps bringing in all these players for the future, doesn't he? But I think that's the problem. We've got a lot of promising young players coming in, but not enough real experienced players. We've got a few, but we have got a few.
I think what's happened this year as well is going to give them a lot of experience. And I think sometimes in adversity, when things are going wrong and not going right, and there's so many things that happen, I personally believe that we will be stronger as a unit for next season, especially when they've had some downtime in the summer, hopefully, and things start hopefully improving with the virus and that. I think sometimes you have to take a step back. I think it's fairly clear today, after the result today, there's no danger of us going down now. 2 wins out of the next 14. I think we're going to be safe. And I think it gives Nuno and the rest of the team the chance now to really try a few things for the rest of the season. Hopefully get some momentum. Sometimes you need a lucky win. We got it against Arsenal, and a performance where you turn it around today. And who knows, the season could kick on from here for a strong finish to the season.
Let's hope so. It's been horrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Who is your Valentine of the day and your rating for today's game?
Oh, it's got to be Neto, isn't it? It's just got to be. If Podence were playing, I love Podence. I do. I think he's a great player, but obviously he ain't playing. But Neto, he stands out for me at the minute. He's brilliant. Although Neves played well as well, obviously. But the rating. Oh, do I have to do the whole match? Can't I do each half?
You do each half, and we'll take an average.
Well, the first half, I think I gave it. Did I give it 1 or 2 at the time?
Something like that.
And then the second half, I'd definitely give at least an 8. Definitely.
So we're going 5 out of 10.
So a little bit higher.
Go on, what are you going for then? 6 or 7?
It's a tough one, isn't it? But if they carry on like they played in the second half, in the next, the whole of the next game, I shall be well chuffed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And before you go, mate, where's the motorhome at the moment? Where are you in the world?
We're still near Rugby. We're sort of staying here during this period, safe place, It's been very cold though.
Freezing.
Pipes have been frozen.
And your YouTube channel for your motorhome, traveling around, some cracking little videos on there. And he's got a few Wolves stickers. He's got an Always Wolves. Is it a T-shirt or hoodie you've got?
Oh, I've got the Always Wolves T-shirt. I'm wearing it tonight. I've got your sticker as well. There it is.
Oh yeah, with the ducks.
So it's on the sticker wall.
With the ducks, yeah. On the wall.
Yes, very good. Yes. So yeah, we're near Rugby. We're still near Rugby. We're going to be here for probably next month, and then we'll be on the touring around the country. If we can, yeah.
When things warm up, absolutely brilliant having you on, mate. Again, hopefully we can have you on again real soon.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Amy.
Okay, bye.
Thanks
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Cheers. Nice one.
So there we have some fantastic callers tonight. Amy, the timer has probably helps keep everything on track as well. And I think the Valentine of the night, on average, I think it's fair to say that it's probably Pedro Neto.
Definitely.
Pedro Neto, indeed. And any final thoughts, having listened to everyone tonight, Ames?
Well, I'm just going to... Wolves did quite a good thing on Facebook earlier. They might put it on Instagram as well, which I think it just kind of sums up how we all feel towards Wolves at some time. It says, we might frustrate you from time to time, and we might make you a little angry every now and then, but you still love us all the same. Happy Valentine's Day, Wolves. So that's how I'm going to end today.
I think that is the perfect way to end the show. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's taken and phoned in tonight and joined us. Some brilliant comments. It was pretty great to see Craig Tuber Wolf having a smile on his face tonight, big beaming smile. I think everyone was happy. Big credit as well to Dan from the Saints View for coming on and giving his view from the Southampton point of view as well. And for everyone in the comments and who's watched and joined, I hope that you've subscribed by now and you've hit the bell, and you'll be back with us again for the Leeds game. And this, of course, will also be out on all major podcasts sometime tomorrow. So from myself, Dazzling Dave, and the lovely Amy, always
Wolves.
Fantastic. Take care, everyone. Good night. Enjoy the rest of the week.